Hi Sam. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Alex. Excited to learn something new.
Great to hear. Today, we're learning the word.
Regel.
Do you know what it means?
I think it means rule, right?
Exactly.
Regel.
Means rule, but it can also mean guideline or principle. The most common meaning is rule. Just be careful, it's not a false friend, but sometimes people confuse it with similar English words like regulate.
That's interesting. Can you tell me more about its grammar?
Sure. The noun
Regel.
is feminine, so it takes the article.
Die.
In plural, you say.
Die Regeln.
Can you guess the gender hint?
Maybe because it ends in.
Exactly. Nouns that end in are often feminine. Now, if we look at the verb form, there's no verb form for.
Regel.
But if we think of related verbs, like,
Regeln.
it means to regulate. In present tense, you say.
Ich regle. Du regelst.
And,
Sie, es regelt.
And what about the past tense?
in prateritum, it's.
Ich regelte.
And in perfect, you would say.
Ich habe geregelt.
You can also use the imperative,
Regle das.
which means regulate that.
So, what's the origin of the word?
Regel,
Good question.
Regel.
Comes from Old High German,
Regala.
which also meant rule or regulation. Its meaning has stayed quite consistent over the years.
That's fascinating.
Yes, it is. The word has roots in Latin, too, from,
Regula.
which means a straight stick or rule. This emphasizes the idea of order and structure.
Can we break down the word a bit more?
Certainly. The root is,
Reg.
which means to guide or direct. The suffix is common in feminine nouns. So, when you put it all together, it conveys the idea of something that guides behavior.
That's a neat way to think about it.
Let's look at some similar words. For example, with the same prefix.
Reg.
We have,
Regulieren.
which means to regulate. Then there's,
Regiment.
which refers to a unit of soldiers.
What about other suffixes?
Good thinking. With the suffix,
Ung.
we have.
Regelung.
meaning regulation. The compound word
Hausregel,
means house rule and
Verhaltensregel,
means behavioral rule.
Wow, that's a lot of examples.
It is. And if we look at words with the same ending, we can find
Kampfel,
which means battle rule.
Can you give me some situations where I might use
Regel,
Of course. Imagine you're at work. You might say,
Die Regel hier ist, dass wir pünktlich sein müssen.
which means the rule here is that we must be on time.
Okay, let me try.
Die Regel ist, dass wir freundlich sein müssen.
Perfect. Now, if you were at a doctor's appointment, you could say,
Die nächste Regel ist, dass ich nicht essen darf vor der Untersuchung.
which means the next rule is that I shouldn't eat before the examination.
I see. How about a travel situation?
Great idea. You might say,
Die Regel im Flugzeug ist, dass Handys aus sein müssen.
which means the rule on the plane is that phones must be off.
Die Regel ist, dass wir die Sicherheitsanweisungen befolgen müssen.
Exactly. You're getting the hang of it.
Is there anything special I should remember about the gender of
Regel,
Yes. The ending is a good hint for feminine nouns. And as for a memorable image, you could imagine a queen holding a rulebook.
That's a funny image.
Now, let's talk about usage notes. You'll want to know when to use.
Regel,
It's typically used in both formal and informal settings. Some common collocations include
Hausregeln, Regeln aufstellen,
and
Regeln befolgen.
Are there similar words I should watch out for?
yes, be careful with,
Regulär,
which means regular, and
regelmäßig.
which means regularly. They are different but can be confusing.
Can you give me some example sentences with
Regel,
Sure. Here are a few.
Jede Regel hat ihre Ausnahmen.
Which means every rule has its exceptions. Another one is
Wir haben die Regeln geändert.
meaning we changed the rules.
I like those.
And here's another.
Es gibt keine Regel ohne Grund.
Which means there is no rule without reason.
I see how useful this word is.
Let's do a quick recall check. What is the gender of?
Regel,
It's feminine.
Correct. What does
die Regel,
mean in English?
It means the rule.
Nice. How do you say to regulate in present tense for?
ich,
ich regle.
Perfect. Now, can you give me the plural form of?
Regel,
It's
Regeln,
Right again. Lastly, what's the origin of?
Regel,
It comes from Old High German and Latin.
You did wonderfully today, Sam. So, to summarize, we learned about
Regel,
its meanings, grammatical details, and how to use it in different contexts.
Thanks, Alex. I really enjoyed our lesson.
I'm glad to hear that. Keep practicing, and I'll see you next time.